This whole journey or this whole thing that I'm trying to do is something that I came up with because I was so stressed out trying to figure out how to really be successful in filmmaking. I live in this beautiful country, Switzerland. A new culture, new language, different mindset. How can I create a life that is meaningful to me and my family? I have to start everything from scratch. With a full-time job and responsibilities as a father, my time is very close down. I'm still determined to create the life that is meaningful to me. I'm Johnny and I'm on a journey to develop an expertise in filmmaking.
In succeeding films, we will tell you about the exhibitor, the distributor, the screenwriter, the producer, the art director, the cameraman, the actor, the sound man, the music director, the film editor, and all the other people who work in the motion picture industry, making it possible for you to say, let's go to the movies.
So I was at work one day and this thing just popped up in my mind, 10,000 hours. And I think it was fed out of a video I saw on YouTube.
We're also going to look at the 10,000 hour rule and why it doesn't really apply to filmmakers.
It was talking about the fact that 10,000 hours wasn't enough to be an expert or a professional in filmmaking. And so this 10,000 number just popped up in my head and I was like, okay, wait. So I would need a certain number of hours or a certain amount of time to really achieve what I want to do. And I realized that I don't really have time and I don't also have money, okay? And what I mean is that I'm on a job, I'm in a full-time job, and I'm also a father. So I realized that I didn't really have a lot of time to spend on filming and doing all of these other stuff. And I was thinking, should I make this an excuse? Should I keep giving myself excuses or find a solution? So this 10,000 hours was actually something that was like a solution for me personally, because I realized that if I should put in the time, no matter how small it is, it will take me an amount of years or months to really achieve the level that I really want to achieve. So I thought, why not? Let me just check how many hours that I'll need to be a good filmmaker. And so I went online to check. I googled it actually, how many hours was required to be an expert in filmmaking, and I didn't really receive a specific number. So I went back to check how many hours is actually required for someone to be an expert at something. So it was like kind of a general situation. And the 10,000 hours popped up.
We're also going to look at the 10,000 hour rule and why it doesn't really apply to filmmakers.
So I was like, this is actually something that I can really do, and let me see if I can use 10,000 hours to become a good filmmaker. So that was when I had this idea to document my journey and tell my story of how I want to be a successful filmmaker. I sat down to write down what I really wanted to achieve at the end, and first of all I calculated how much it was going to take me being a full-time employee and also a father and husband. It means that I have to spend time with my family, I have to go to work, and the problem is that we have so much distractions in the world that also takes a lot of our time, but we don't usually talk about it. We spend time on social media and all that, which is actually a very negative habit if you're not using it productively. So I decided that, okay, with all this time that I use within a day, I calculated and I realized, oh, I spend a lot of time in the bathroom, I spend a lot of time on my devices and all that. Now I knew exactly how much space that I could steal or how much space I could collate or bring together to do something about film. scripting something, if I'm documenting, planning, filming, setting up, and all that. These are things that I've categorized under filmmaking productivity activity, okay, or filmmaking activity. So if I'm doing all of these things, I decided I was going to time myself because I want to see how much hours I'm using and how much is left out of the 10,000 hours. So this is actually what I'm trying to do. And at the end of the day, I realized that it's going to take me 7 years, 3 months as a result of my time schedule, my free days and my work days. Okay, so if I go to work, maybe I have about 3 hours. I can have maybe 1 hour in the morning, and then in the evening maybe 1.5 hours or 2 hours. And if I have a free day, I probably spend some time with the family. I spend time maybe taking a nap or something. But then I realized that I could have about 4 hours in my free day. So I spoke with my wife that if she could allow me to have some time in the mornings, then I could also do something with my film. Then I could also give her some time. Then everything is balanced. Then I have time with the family and also have time to do my film, because before it was a little bit complicated. Now with these hours, I think I could achieve something positive. So I'm just hoping that I could work on projects that could speed the 10,000 hour period. So for instance, if I have a project that's going to take me like 8 hours in a day, that means that it's going to speed the process up, not just the 3 hours a day. So this is what I'm really looking up to, that it doesn't take up to 7 years, 3 months, but then it could speed up a little bit. Averagely, I need about 4 hours in a day, 29 hours in a week, 114 hours in a month, and 1,370 hours in a year, in every 365 days. This is the time period that I need to actually be successful with this journey. So I'm looking forward to it.